Over the years, statutory pension has become unsustainable and the government of India took the landmark decision to move over to contributory pension. Many governments around the world are moving away from guaranteed pension payout to one linked to market returns on retirement savings of employees. Government major share of revenue collected is being spent on pension. To avoid such situation in future, a new pension scheme was started from 1st April 2004. Newly employees in central and state governments were recruited under the new pension scheme. The introduction of the contributory pension has only limited the impact on the pension burdens of the central and state governments. This is because the employees recruited till 2003 continue under statutory pension, that is old pension scheme. Assuming that they retire after 25 to 33 years of work and continue to live for another 30 years, the pension burden for the government will remain unabated till the 2060s. Congress sued India's future royally by not doing away bring stupid British era pension scheme, that is old pension scheme. But I salute Shri Vajpayee and Shri Yeswant Sinha for great accomplishment of bring new pension scheme. While the union government is fiscally better placed to meet this commitment with its vast resources, most state governments are reeling under the fiscal stress. The pension burden of union and state governments can be substantially brought down by bringing the statutory pensioners under the contributory pension scheme. After introduction of national pension scheme, there has been a huge saving on tax revenue which can be now used for better purpose, that is directed at welfare of the people who are poor. For example, funding of Mahatma Gandhi Rural Employment Guarantee Act scheme, Aavas Yojana, Ayushman Bharat, Kissan Samman Nidhi, Garib Kalyan, provision of drinking water, gas to all households, etc. It is understood that there will be resistance to this change, but we need to understand that such reforms are required for equitable development of our country. Old pension scheme ruins the economic ecosystem of governments and public sectors. For example, Kerala face inadequate revenue growth. Kerala is second among major states in terms of expenditure on salary and pension as a percentage of total revenue. Kerala spends 57.75% of its total revenue on salary and pensions. This means that 57% of the revenue goes to just 4% of the population. The pension expenditure of Kerala is significantly higher than that of 19 major states. While Kerala spend 21.13% of the total revenue for pensions, the average for 19 major states is 13.58%. Kerala was the first state to introduce welfare pension for the farm workers in 1980. The difference between welfare pension and the statutory pension of an additional secretary in the government secretariat was 20 times then. But now in 2022 this difference has widened to 50 times. The biggest drain on the earnings of Indian single largest employer railway is rising staff costs on salaries and pensions. It has about 12.5 lakh employees and 15.5 lakh former railway employees, that is pensioners. The pension cost itself works out to be more than 50% crore every year, which is about 25% of the railway's earning. Higher pension payout affects the railway capability to allocate resource to renew older assets and negatively impacts the transporters operating ratio, a measure of how much the railway spends to earn each rupee. Every year Indian Railways ask Finance Ministry to share the Indian Railways rising pension burden. The CAGR, the compounded annual growth rate in pension liabilities for the 12-year period ended financial year 2022 was at 34% for all the state governments. As on financial year 2021, the pension outgo as percentage of revenue receipt is around 13.2% for all states combined and 29.7% of own tax revenues. Pension liabilities, salary payments and interest payments forms 56% of the state expenditure in India. The pension outlay of the state expenditure as a percent of the GDP stands at 1.9%. According to the Reserve Bank 2019 report on state finance, the total pension bill was more than 4 lakh crore in the fiscal year 2021-22. Economists estimate that figure would rise by more 6% if OPS is brought back by state governments. So, reintroduction of old pension schemes should be stopped by union government.